Kevin Smith, who was the director of Clerks and Chasing Amy and Dogma, was once asked to do a documentary about the musician Prince, and Prince requested that the opening sequence of the film start with the words, "There is a God, deal with it." While that movie never happened, because apparently Prince is insane, there's the shock of the century, the story of Prince's declaration of faith did make me think about how to talk about the Torah portion for the week, which is the Book of Jonah. Now, we all know that Jonah was this guy who got swallowed up by the whale, but there's a little more than that. The story starts with God telling Jonah that he has to go to this city because they're a sinful bunch of people and God's going to destroy their town. Jonah's job is just kind of to let them know about it. Jonah's not having any of that, so he runs off to the sea, and that's when the whole fish swallowing thing happens. Now, God spares Jonah, and he finally winds up in the city, and he lets everyone know that some stuff is about to go down, and they all freak out, and they start, repenting, and, God says, "Don't worry, you're wearing the sackcloth, and you're sitting on your ashes, and the whole deal. You're spared." Now, Jonah gets a little mad. God told him that he was going to get all Sodom and Gomorrah on everybody, but God didn't. So the conversation between Jonah and God goes a little something like this. God: "What's up?" Jonah: "Yeah, notice the city is still kinda okay. It looks like there hasn't been any fire and brimstone stuff." And God says, "No?" Jonah: "Don't get all Yiddish talk. You lied to me." God's like, "And so what? And by the way, didn't I say that you were the merciful God and would spare them and there was no reason for me to leave town and, go through all of this mess?" So Jonah sits under a tree and he's just kind of chilling out. Then God sends a worm to destroy the tree. And Jonah gets all sad and emo. And God profoundly says, "Yo, this is just a tree. And you're crying like a little wuss. But I spared 200,000 people from dying, and you act like it's some kind of moral crime against you." The end. That's pretty much the Book of Jonah, with a little bit of an interpretation. What does that have to say about Prince? Well, there is a God. Deal with it. Deal with the fact that sometimes this God does not make a lot of sense. Deal with the fact that sometimes in life, you're going to be swallowed up by the whale. That sometimes in life, you have to get off the couch and do something that you're really not that interested in doing. I'm not thrilled about going hungry for an entire day and hanging out in synagogue, but you know what? If it pleases God and it's good enough for Prince, it's good enough for me. Maybe then I'll get to be a guitar hero.